Bundesliga Bayer Leverkusen vs VfL Bochum prediction, team news, lineups preview. In the final game week before the winter break, league leaders Bayer Leverkusen welcome VfL Bochum to the BayArena in the Bundesliga on Wednesday. Xabi Alonso's phenomenal side confirmed their status as the Herbstmeisterschaft with a win over the weekend, the title of Bundesliga winter champions. Match preview. Sunday's routine 3-0 victory over Eintracht Frankfurt means Leverkusen are just one game away from going the entire first half of the season unbeaten. They extended the run to 24 games in all competitions at the weekend, scoring 77 goals in the process, with Victor Boniface, Jeremy Frimpong and Florian Wirtz playing a starring role again in scoring in the win over Frankfurt. After two straight league draws in thrilling encounters with Borussia Dortmund and Stuttgart, returning to winning ways was important as it maintains their 4-point gap over Bayern Munich, who also won on Sunday. It is no surprise that Leverkusen have made their best ever start to a season, taking 39 points from a possible 45. Their home form in particular has been spectacular across all competitions, winning 11 of their 12 games so far at the BayArena and drawing the other, scoring an astonishing 42 goals along the way. The biggest obstacle will now be returning from the break in the same form and keeping the momentum they have built, as they will not play for almost 4 weeks. On their return, Alonso will also be without 5 important players due to the Africa Cup of Nations getting underway, as Boniface will likely be heading off along with Edmond Tapsoba, Odilon Kasanu, Amine Adli, and Nathan Tella. There is still one more challenge to overcome though, and despite the fact they will come into the game as huge favorites, they now face the side who last beat them in a competitive fixture. Since Bochum's promotion in 2021, Leverkusen have won both games here to nil, but a 3-0 defeat on the final day of the season away from home in May was the last time they tasted defeat. Thomas Lech was feeling the pressure early on this season, after Bochum failed to win any of their 9 Bundesliga games, but the manager has overseen a very positive response. The visitors have now lost just one of their last 7, picking up 12 points in that run to move themselves out of the relegation zone. An impressive 3-0 win over Union Berlin at the weekend sent them 6 points clear of the drop zone, meaning they will be above the dotted line heading into the winter break. While 7-0 and 5-0 defeats to Bayern and Stuttgart are most notable, it must be considered that Bochum have held both RB Leipzig and Dortmund to draws this season. But this will be a much greater challenge. Team news. Being Leverkusen's final game for almost a month, Alonso may be reluctant to make any rotational changes, so Boniface, Wirtz and Alex Grimaldo are among those certain to start. Adli will be hoping the manager looks to some fringe players from the start though, after he was kept on the bench at the weekend, with Jonas Hoffmann starting instead. The hosts will be without influential midfielder Ezequiel Palacios after he picked up his 5th booking of the season in the Frankfurt win, earning himself a suspension. As has been the case for a couple of weeks now, young Brazilian Arthur remains the only injury absentee for Leverkusen. Kevin Stoger's suspension will be a big blow for Bochum, as the midfielder has scored 4 goals and set up a further 5 already this season, but a yellow card against Union will rule him out here. That is yet another absentee added to an extremely long list for Lech, so he will hope Orhan Masavic and Jordi Osetutu can recover from illness to feature here. Philip Forster is currently out with a stomach issue, while Ukrainian defender Ivan Orditz will be sidelined with a hip injury. Bayer Leverkusen possible starting lineup: Radecki, Kasanu, Tapsoba, Frimpong, Andrich, Xhaka, Grimaldo, Hoffmann, Boniface, Wirtz. VfL Bochum possible starting lineup: Riemann, Gamboa, Orman, Schlotterbeck, Bernardo, Osterhage, Losilla, Barrow, Asano, Goncalo Paciencia, Anchiaje. We say, Bayer Leverkusen 4-0 VfL Bochum. Leverkusen have been ruthless at home, scoring plenty of goals and putting weaker sides to the sword, and this should be no exception, going into the winter break 4 points clear. Bochum have not scored a goal here since coming back up. And even if they were to break that duck, they are unlikely to be able to keep Leverkusen's fearsome attack quiet in what could be a long evening. Thanks for your watching. Don't forget to click the subscribed button and hit the bell icon for more.